My name is Rebecca Windemer, and my ESRC funded doctoral studentship research looked at onshore wind and solar farms and what happens when they reach the end of their planning consent. Wind and solar farms in the UK are often granted time-limited planning consents of 25 years, and a number of these wind farms are now starting to reach the end of this period. To meet net zero targets, expanding energy output from renewables is increasingly important, but space for renewable energy infrastructure is limited, so we need to consider the future of existing sites. My research has made a significant impact on government policymakers, the European wind industry, planning industry, politicians, and the wider public in the UK. For example, it led to the development of an end-of-life policy for onshore wind and solar farms in Wales, and influenced the priorities of wind farm developers by showing that communities will not always be supportive of repowering, replacing older wind turbines with newer and more efficient designs. And through case studies, it has shown wind farm developers how to improve community experiences.
We're at Westmill Wind Farm and Westmill Solar Farm, and that's a community-owned wind farm in Oxfordshire near the border with Wiltshire. The Westmill Wind Farm is about 13 years old now, and it had 25 years of planning permission as a wind farm originally. So it's very much at that stage where it's got to consider what it wants to do at the end of that 25 years, whether it's going to try and stay on this site for longer as it is or to repower. So work like Rebecca's is really interesting to us about what the options are and what is working best for communities, and how those kinds of decisions can be an opportunity for communities to get more involved and get more ownership of their local energy generation.
When sites reach end of life, they have three key options: to repower the site, remove the existing infrastructure and replace with new; to life extend, increasing the duration of the planning consent of the original infrastructure; or to decommission the wind farm and remove the infrastructure from the site. Sites change over 25 years in a number of ways. New developments may have been built nearby, land designations may have changed, and communities or their experiences of the wind farms may have changed. End-of-life decision-making is therefore not straightforward, particularly where communities were assured that the infrastructure would only be in place for 25 years. The findings reveal the challenges faced by local authority planners and renewable energy developers, particularly due to the lack of end-of-life policy.
You know, this research draws attention to a looming issue that has so far been given very little consideration, and particularly the policy gap that Dr. Windemer identifies in this research highlights the complexities surrounding end-of-life decision-making for onshore wind farms and the potential consequences of poor policy and decision-making practices for individual sites as well as on nearby communities that are affected. Renewable energy has a critical role to play to achieve our net zero targets, and so research such as this really is invaluable to raise awareness about the current challenges and opportunities facing planners when it comes to delivering renewable energy.
I plan to build upon my research and continue developing impact and engagement activities to help the UK and beyond plan for the future of our onshore renewable energy infrastructure.